Hi, hello, future bureaucrats of India. Welcome to LearnStroke IAS. Let's start something very interesting because 2022 prelims exam taught us that a lot of questions from current affairs are asked. That's why we have something called as Crack Prelims 2023, an exclusive current affairs test series discussion exclusively sourced from newspapers, press information bureau, etc. So I'm going to give you questions. We'll see the questions and we'll answer the questions and then have a small discussion on that. So shall we just quickly start? Let's move to the first important question that we sourced it. Which of the following statements regarding government e-marketplace, that is, it's called GEM, is correct? So if you have seen this, GEM was launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to create an open and transparent procurement platform for government buyers. You can solve this question with me. Just eliminate the answer. At present, the platform is open for procurement by all government buyers and is not available for use by private sector buyers, though suppliers can be from across private. This is a tricky statement. That means at present the platform is open for all government buyers but not for the private people. But for the selling aspect, the sellers can be private. Tricky thing. Think about it. The cooperative societies are not allowed to procure goods and services from GEM. Which of the following statements are correct? 1 only, 3 only, 1 and 3, 1 and 2. So how are you going to apply your logic in this? Have you heard about this? For all people who have not even heard about the government e-marketplace, please, we have to read more about this. And what will be the answer? Let's check is the statement 1 right? Was launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to create an open and transparent procurement platform for government buyers. Yes, the statement is right. Because it is a platform created where goods and services are bought by the people. But GEM, the government e-marketplace, is a platform where goods and services is procured by the government and the related agencies. It's by the government. At present, the platform is open for procurement for all government buyers. Absolutely right, it's true. And it's not available for use of private sector. You might think that this answer is wrong, but the statement is right. It is not open for private buying, but the sellers can be private. So that statement is also right. And the third statement, the cooperative societies are not allowed to procure goods and services from GEM. Since we discussed now, it's very clear that cooperative societies are allowed to, is being encouraged now to be a seller and be a part of this whole system. So that statement is wrong. So the answer will be 1 and 2. 1 and 2 will be the answer. So first question is right, first statement is right, second statement is right, and third statement is wrong. And this question was sourced from the newspapers and from the PIB. You can see the cabinet approves expanding the mandate of government e-marketplace. And this move will help cooperatives in getting more competitive prices. So the cooperative sector is being encouraged here. So that was a question, and I hope you got this question correct. And what are the learnings that we have to do? If you have not heard about the GEM, please do read more about this. So this is the explanation for that. As I said, this is a procurement for the government, and you can see the government ministries, departments, public sector undertakings, apex autonomous bodies of the central government, they all can procure goods and services through this. And what are some of the advantages for sellers and disadvantages? Some of the advantages for the sellers and buyers, I've given it in this slide. You can just freeze it and then find the answers. And I think it's a good move. You can just freeze and read this. Let's move to the next question, the second question. Here we go. Consider the following statements regarding National Informatics Center, or NIC. Because NIC was in the news. How many of you saw this? If you've been reading or following the news, and news does not always mean that it's from the Hindu newspaper. It can be from the news, which also can be from Press Information Bureau or anywhere within the government notification. Which of the following statements regarding NIC are right? Statement number 1, NIC is operating under the Ministry of Science and Technology and is the official technology partner of Government of India. Have you ever heard before that there is a technology partner of Government of India and NIC? Second number, Uttar Pradesh Assembly recently became India's largest paperless assembly, and that was under the concept, that was under a project called E-Vidhan, which was run by NIC. Statement 2. Statement 3. National Achievement Survey, or the NAS, is also in the news, is a nationally representative large-scale survey of students undertaken by the Ministry of Education, and that was also run by NIC. So 3 statements. Which of the following statements are right? Pick out the correct statements, and 1 only, 2 and 3, 3 only, all the statements are right. What is your thought on this? Try to eliminate this. If you get this, I'll give you the answers and explanations. Statement number 1. Did you try it? Okay, I hope you tried this answer and you must have logged your answer. Let's discuss the answer. NIC is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. That statement is wrong because it is not under the science and it's not under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Even though it has got to do with technology, this is not under the science and technology. And sometimes such questions and learning such questions, the schemes or such areas comes under which ministry is very, very important. So if that is not the answer, let's check out the answer here. The answer is 2 and 3. The first statement was not science and technology. You would understand that that was actually under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It was the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So the first statement is false, and the second statement is absolutely right. Uttar Pradesh has become India's largest paperless assembly. NIC played a very important part in this, and the National Achievement Survey, NIC played a very important part in compiling this whole thing. And apart from this, the important why this question was asked is Sri Rajesh Gera joins as Director, National Informatics Center, NIC. So that made us to find this. You can see this picture. The NAS and the Uttar Pradesh government's picture has been given. And apart from this, it is the official partner, technology partner, created in 1976. Technology partner, design and developed IT solutions for the government, provide ICT infrastructure, explore advice on emerging technologies. And you can see, apart from paperless assembly and creating a education survey, it has created something called a Starbus, which was in the news. It was an cloud-based e-ticketing service for Andaman and Nicobar services. So all these are important learning. NIC is also behind the Starbus, and they have created contactless apps and UPI payment in Rajasthan, in Assam, and different parts of the country. NIC is playing a very important part. And apart from that, not only this, it has got a special center of excellence for artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and data analytics. So everything, it's important part of NIC. I hope now you know why NIC holds an important task, and you'll be getting the answer. So read more about this and try to remember all this. So let's move to the next question. The third question. Which of the following statements are incorrect regarding Stockholm plus 50? Did you hear this thing called Stockholm plus 50 in the news? Yes, there is a news item going on, and you must have been, you must definitely listen to this. Stockholm plus 50. If you don't know, we should read more about this. 3 statements. Stockholm plus 50 is convened by the United Nations and is hosted by Sweden with the support of the government of Kenya. 1. 2. It will take place after 5 decades of 1972 United Nations Conference on Human Environment. And is that the meeting that was very important? Third statement. It is designed to accomplish the goals of what? 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, Paris Agreement, Global Biodiversity Framework. So, which of the following statements are incorrect? This time, which of the following statements are incorrect? So, is 1 incorrect? It's part of the game, and it's support from the Kenya. Is 2 incorrect? Is 3 incorrect? Let's check the answers. And the answer was none of the above. All the statements are right, because this is a news item. You know why I asked this question? India and Sweden is hosting Industry Transitional Dialogue in Stockholm. And you know why? It will take place after 5 decades of 1972 UN Nations Conference on Human Environment, and that was a very important conference. And it is actually 50 years from that. Now we are celebrating this. Until then, environmental decision was not a big thing for the countries of the world. That was probably after 1972 that countries of the world together realized the importance of environment and they started working for that. So that statement is absolutely right. And now the agenda are 2030, Agenda for Sustainable Development, Paris Agreement, and Global Biodiversity Framework. So what is the vision of this? The vision is a healthy planet for the prosperity of all, our responsibility, our opportunity. So sometimes you might even get a question that Stockholm Plus 50 had the vision like this. So this is the vision, and the event will provide 50 years of multilateral experience of the governments together. So the countries will come together, use their 50 years of experience to tackle climate and the environment as such. So this is a good question from current affairs. See if you can learn this. Read more about Paris Agreement, Global Biodiversity Framework, and 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. What is this? This you have to find it out. Okay, let's move to the next important question. Question number 4. Here we go. Which of the following statements are correct regarding the Great Assam earthquake? This was also in the news. They talked about the Assam earthquake when apparently a group of scientists have studied about the plate tectonics. That is the reason why this came into the current affairs. And the Great Assam earthquake. Let's quickly find. The Great Assam earthquake is the largest intracontinental earthquake ever recorded. Largest intracontinental earthquake ever recorded. Located at the India-China border near the Mishmi Hills of Meghalaya Himalayas. Is the statement right? Read it. The earthquake which happened raised the riverbed of Brahmaputra, and that made Assam more prone to floods. Assam is known for floods just like Kerala. So the earthquake raised the bed of Brahmaputra, and that is why Assam became very prone to floods. Statement number 2. The Eastern Himalayan syntaxis, which is called as EHS in Arunachal Pradesh and the bordering regions of Assam, is acknowledged as the most seismically active regions in the world. That means, are they the most seismic active regions? Select the correct answers. Statement 3, statement. Which of them are correct? 2 and 3, 1 only, 2 only, 1, 2 and 3. All the statements. So what is the answer? Are you looking forward? Let's find out the answer quickly. I know you must have logged the answer. The answer is 2 and 3. The Great Assam earthquake is the largest intracontinental earthquake ever recorded. No doubt on that. But location, India-China border near the Mishmi Hills of Meghalaya Himalayas. Every question carries a clue. The Mishmi Hills of Meghalaya Himalayas, the Indo-China border and Meghalaya. If you see the map of China and India bordering states in northeast, you'll see that Meghalaya does not share a border with India, China. That was the clue, but it is still the largest ever intracontinental earthquake. And the second statement, that is the reason why the riverbed has risen, and that's why it is creating more floods in Assam. And the third statement is also correct. And this is the reason the recent study attributes complex tectonic linkage in India, the Great Assam earthquake of 1950. There was a new study, even Press Information Bureau and newspapers carried the news. See the map here, where Meghalaya is. China and Arunachal Pradesh would have been the best combination, or Ladakh and Meghalaya does not fit in this place. So that was the question of the Great Assam earthquake which appeared in the current affairs. Now let's move on to the last question, or the fifth question of Crack Prelims 2023. Here we go. Consider the following statements regarding Indus Water Treaty. The IWT, Indus Water Treaty, is always in the news, and this time recently it came in the news, and here are the options. Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru and Pakistani Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto signed the treaty in September 1960. That's a statement. Statement 2. The treaty gave away the eastern rivers, the Ravi, Beas and Satluj to Pakistan. Statement 2. Statement 3. In a significant challenge to the treaty, in 2007, India completed the building of Kishanganga project or Kishanganga Dam in Kashmir, which created an arbitration or a case with Pakistan. So 3 statements. Which of the following statements are right? Options 1 and 2, 2 only, 3 only, and 2 and 3. Which of the following statements are right? Lock your answers right now. Read it carefully. Shall I give you the answer? Let's see the options first. The answer is 3 only. Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru did not sign it with Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. He signed it with Ayub Khan. General Ayub Khan was the man. It's not Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And the second statement, the treaty gave the waters of the eastern rivers to Pakistan, but the eastern rivers was given to India. It was just the opposite. So the third statement, the Kishanganga Dam in 2007 created a controversy, and that went to an arbitration. So statement 3 is right. This is why the news was asked. Indus water talks held on cordial terms, says MEA. And the Economic Times, Hindu says that, Economic Times says Indus water treaty. Official from India, Pakistan hold talks together. And let's see the discussion. It was signed by Ayub Khan. The treaty gave away western rivers, Indus, Jhelum and Chenab to Pakistan. It was the western rivers, Indus, Jhelum and Chenab to Pakistan, and India got eastern rivers, Ravi, Bias and Satluj. So when you know about the treaty, know about this, and then you talk about there are other things, notably the Tarbela Dam in the Indus River, Mangala Dam on the Jhelum River. This can also be another question. And there is a permanent commission, Indus Commissioner, with a commissioner from each country, which finds out disputes. So this is from the current affairs, and for a more reading, you should read more about Indus Water Treaty. It is in the news, and that is the reason why we figured this question out. So that is the end of Prelims Crack 23, and now if you like, there are more such current affairs test series discussion coming up in LearnStroke for a strategic preparation for civil services. Listen to LearnStroke more. Subscribe the channel, like, share, and share it with your civil services friend who are preparing. We'll come up with yet another current affairs test series discussion. Thank you.